So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to create a blank variable, call that blank variable image name. At this point, this variable is doing nothing, but subsequently we wanted to store the name of the image that we upload. To store the name of the image that we're trying to upload via the form. Now, once the submit button is pressed, we already have all this going on. So when I submit the button, all these blank variables now have values assigned to them, and these values are the same to what we have on the post array. That's why we've all this here. So let's now do the same for the image variable too. So that it has image name is equal to. Now you think we use the same post array for this, but that's not the case. Remember, we said we're using all these things to indicate that we're working with files now, not just data, not just information like text or numbers, and we have this form field here. So things are going to be different right now. So I want to introduce you to the super global known as files. So what does this super global do for us, or what does this super global do in PHP? Well, if we go to this page, that's Leaf for Geeks talking about the PHP super global, this particular array. Just asking how does PHP know some basic information about the file we're trying to upload. It says here that the files is a two-dimensional associative global array of items being uploaded via the HTTP post method and holds attributes of files such as the name of the file, the size of the file, the type of the file, the temporary name of the file or temporary address where the file is located before processing, and then if there's some kind of error. So what this is trying to say that this particular array has access to these four attributes of any file we want to upload. So if I upload a PDF file, it's going to get the name, the size of the file, what type of file it is, which is PDF. Then it's going to store it in a temporary address before we upload it. Then we can do something with that temporary address. And if there's any error, it's going to indicate an error. So these four things, we're going to be using some of them when we're working with uploading images through this our form. We're already seeing the name here. So it's going to grab this inside, sorry, I clicked on that button, inside the name property. Then we can now see if we can have access to the size and every other thing, right? All right, so let's come back to the code. So this is the files. I'm going to remove this. I'm not going to remove it. I'm going to now see what can we get access to. But we're going to remove this. This is the particular, if I hover on it, tell us about this. This is the associative array itself. So let me remove this. What I want from this particular array is, first of all, I'm going to put the name of my form field that I'm using to upload this particular passport. Remember, that's the name here. The name is upload passport, and from what we checked here, you can see that you put the input field name and then the corresponding attribute you want, right? So from this form this form field attribute now, which has the name of upload passport, what do I want to have access to? Well, I want to have access to the name of the file. So since it's written like this, it says where it's written the files, then the name of the input field, and then the name. That's the same thing I'm going to do here, but I'm going to put it in quotes. Notice that I didn't put that in quotes, so I need to put that in quotes. So come out here, another one, and then see single quote NAME, like that. Save that. So what this does is that it's going to extract the name of this file from this particular form field. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Again, all these are quite new, so as you start using them, you get used to all these different terms. So let me just put a quick comment here so that we indicate that something is done here. So this will store image name. So save that. Now after doing that, remember that if I go to my database, let me quickly access the database. Always refresh when you come to the database in case there are changes. Good. If I come to the structure of my database, I only have these 10 fields here. Oh, I've already created that before, so that's good. So this particular image name now, it was added to this particular form field. It was added to this form field. So this image name now, if I go to this, Right now you see that all of them is blank because we've not really uploaded anything to it. But what I want to do is I want to connect this image name to this particular variable here. And how do we do that? Well, we already have all this huge query here. Let me quickly scroll down. And why is my stuff not wrapping? Hold on, let me quickly see why my text wrap is not working. WRE. Oh, yeah, it's on. Hmm. That's not an issue. We can still do that. So what I want to do is I want to update this query here. So insert into the user's TB that. Then after the password, I'm going to add comma. Then use my backticks and then say image name. Remember, this image name is what is coming from here. Structure. Hold on. This image name here. That's what we're writing here. So the value of this particular um, variable we created. So I just quickly copy that, come here at the end of this comma, create a dollar sign, not dollar sign first. I'll use my single quotes. Then since I copied it, I'll just paste it there, save. So that's all we need to do for the query. We're sending it and then we're checking if the query has sent. So right now everything's looking good. Let me quickly test the code. Come back here, just refresh, go to the home. Let me add up a new user and then see if the information is going to work. Just quickly fill up all these fields, then click on upload, and then let me select this one that has to do with DP and then submit. So we have the person here. Sorry, it's duplicated. All that doesn't make sense right now since we're still learning how to do all these things. So we can actually duplicate this. So we have this new user. Let me come to the database, come to browse, and then we have this user inserted line under here, and we'll notice that we now have the name of that image here. So subsequently, any new user we create, automatically we have the name of the image stored directly inside this column in our table in our database. So we've achieved that. The next thing we're going to do is what can we now use this image name to do? All right.